Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Caitlin and today I'm going to be doing another craft kit. I have got a sew your own cow from Hobbycraft, which I picked up for £7. They had a lot of different animals in there. I think they had mermaids, foxes, narwhals, and some other things as well. I can't recall all of them, but I'll leave a link to this one in the description, so if anybody wanted to check that out, they can go and have a look. Or if you have a Hobbycraft store near you, you can also pick one up for yourself. This one is suitable for ages 8+, and it does include in the fabric holes already in there for you to sew, which I thought was really handy, seeing as felt is not the easiest to sew into, especially with these children's kits. So I'm just going to open it up and see what's inside. So we have the instructions on the back of the sheet. Put that to one side. So here we have the pieces. We've got some smaller pieces and a little plastic needle, pink, black and white threads, and then all these pieces are all separate as well, and they're just on the cow, resting where they should be sewn. And we have the back piece of the cow as well. And here we have vacuum packed soft toy filling. So this is how much stuffing we get, and I'm just going to get into sewing them. Here are the instructions for the cow, and they are all in black and white, and it even tells you which colour thread to use, so I thought that's quite handy. Quite often they give you a whole bunch of threads and don't actually tell you what colour they want you to use. I'm just going to get straight into this. I'm starting off by sewing the nostrils and the nose onto the face. I had to make sure that I was lining up the holes properly, because if the holes aren't lined up correctly, then you'll run into some trouble later. For this step I was using the pink thread, and the instructions actually tell you which colour thread to use throughout. Once the nose was finished, I had to sew the arms onto the cow's face, and I did think it was a little bit strange to sew them on the face, but I was just trusting the process and sewing them on. The next step is sewing on the eyes, and for this step I'm using a dark blue thread. I know on camera the eyes and the spots of the cow look black, but they are actually a dark navy. And here is where I got a little bit stuck on the smallest detail. I was trying to do the eyes, and I had to do a French knot to make the pupils, and I was not having an easy time. I tried a couple of times and I kept going wrong, so in the end I just practiced on a piece of scrap fabric with a normal needle, not a plastic one. And eventually, when I was happy with it, I went back to my cow and sewed the eyes on, but I ended up doing it off camera. One pupil did end up bigger than the other. They certainly aren't perfect, but it's a bigger improvement than my first few attempts. Next, I just sewed the feet onto the cow, and the instructions actually ask that you sew it so that the face is overlapping onto the feet and not the other way around, so basically not the way that I'm currently sewing it. I did end up realising before starting my second foot, and then went back and corrected the first one. After finishing the feet, I went on to the ears and the horns, and you may actually notice that the feet and the ears are a little off center. So I was trying really hard to line it up so that it matched with the back piece, where the feet were already like cut into the fabric. So I was trying too hard to concentrate on that, and actually ended up sewing it off center for the face. So anyway, I actually didn't notice any of that until I was completely finished, so that's why I didn't go back and undo it, but never mind. After I finished that, I sewed the two pieces together, leaving enough space to put the stuffing inside. After I'd put all the stuffing in, I just carry on sewing around the edges and finishing sewing the two pieces together. I did actually run out of white thread during this, so before I finished I had to actually go and find my own white thread that I had in the house, but that could be my own fault, as when I was practicing sewing the eyes I did manage to sew a lot of knots that I couldn't untie, so I did waste quite a bit of thread doing that. And here we have the finished cow. I think overall this turned out really well. It took me over 2 hours to complete altogether, so I think it was quite good value for money. You can definitely see it's a little bit off center on the face, but that was definitely my own fault for not lining it up properly. And also the eyes, you can see where one pupil's bigger than the other, but I don't think it's really that noticeable, and definitely was all my own errors, but I still think it turned out quite cute. This was only £7, so I can't really complain about how anything was. I think the fabric was really soft, the felt was quite soft to work with, and I was really happy with the whole results. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and if you have any suggestions for any future videos, please let me know. And I will leave a link in the description with this cow, and see if you want to get one and let me know how you get on.